Risk profiling and asset allocation. There are many factors which influence the risk appetite of an individual, wherein age is the main factor behind risk taking capability of an individual. As we know, in general, young individuals are willing to take big risk, but those who are older are willing to take less risk. The main psychological factor behind this is that increasing age comes with fear. Here I will not talk about risk taking capability when childhood, young unmarried, young married, married but having young children, married but having older children, pre-retirement, retirement. So I will not go with all this, that you can simply understand. But here the point is that how it affects. So let's try to understand by combining the age with family financial status. So let's talk about a case of young individual who has other earning members in the family. When there will be family members who are also earning, then risk appetite of an individual will increase, as he or she knows that even if there will be a problem with earning of one member, then there are other members in the family to compensate it. This feeling will increase the confidence of a young individual to take more financial risk. More the earning members in the family, more the risk appetite of an individual. But even if we consider that there are many family members who are earning, in that case also the older earning member, risk appetite will be less as compared to a young individual. Now let's take an example of young individual who has dependent family member. Risk appetite of a young individual gets decreased due to dependent family member. If young individual is the only earning member, then the number of dependent family members play a very important role in deciding the risk taking capability of the only earning people. Though the number of dependent family member can influence risk taking capability of one individual who is earning, but does it mean that he cannot take financial risk? He can take, but then there are other factors too that will come into picture. That will be the nature of job, earning potential. Let's see how it affects. So one example would be when young person has dependent family member and he is the only earning member, but he is having permanent job with good earning. Here when I say permanent job, I mean that government job. So with this what will happen? Risk appetite will automatically increase because there is no fear of losing job. If there will be any financial loss, then he will be able to make it up later. Why? Because at one front he is totally free. That is his job front. Means till his retirement he will earn. Then the other scenario could be, though there is a permanent job, but with average to less earning. So if this is the case, then this will also reduce the risk appetite of the earning person. Yeah, it may give some boost if there is enough saving. If there is saving, it can give some confidence, but if not, then risk appetite will definitely decrease. Then comes fear of losing a job, but currently having good earning. So now risk appetite of a person who is having government job and a person who is having private job but good earning, risk appetite will be different between these two. Why? Because here there is a possibility of losing job. So main idea for the person who is in private sector, for him would be to earn more, save more, so that it will help later on. Because there is no guarantee on his or her job. Even if we talk to a case wherein people are working in private sector only or government sector only. Let's talk about private sector. So if people are working in a private sector, then among them also risk appetite of different people will be different. There are people who are high in their confidence. They know if they will lose job, then also they have high confidence, they have good health condition, and they know that sooner or later they will get another job. So because of this, their risk appetite will be more compared to same young individual but having some health problem, running with low confidence. So like this we can discuss many possibilities. So here the important point is that risk profiling is important. Risk appetite changes with age. Risk appetite changes with financial condition of family. That's why it is important to continuously review risk profiling of self. Let's talk what happens in financial planning process. So in financial planning process, it is mainly two-step process. One is risk profiling, another one is asset allocation and monitoring. So there are tools available to perform the risk profiling of an individual. In this, what happens is individuals are asked many questions in the form of a questionnaire. Each answers contain certain weight, and then the final scores decide the risk appetite of an individual. So following are the different category on which an individual can be categorized after completion of the questionnaire. Conservative investor, moderately conservative investor, balanced risk profile, growth investor, and high growth investor. So this is the outcome from risk profiling process. Second is to map this risk category with the riskometer. You might have seen this riskometer in mutual fund documents. So this riskometer, it has from low to high, in between low, from low to moderately low, moderate, moderately high, and high. So if we map this investor risk profile category with the scheme risk barometer, so conservative investors should invest in instruments falling in low category. Moderately conservative investor should invest in instruments having moderately low risk. Balanced risk profile investor should invest in instruments having moderate risk. Growth investor should invest in instruments having moderately high risk, and high growth investors should invest in instruments having high risk. So far we already know that there are equity oriented instruments, non-equity oriented instruments, wherein equity oriented instruments are risky instruments. Even in equity oriented schemes, there are different type of schemes available which can be categorized from high risky to low risky. Based on this information, let's look into asset allocation. Asset allocation is based on the risk profile of an investor. Investors with risk profile as high growth investor will invest more in equity and equity related instruments. Following are the preferred asset allocation and risk profile mapping. Here you can see. So conservative investor. So if investor's risk profile is conservative, then asset allocation defensive 85% and growth 15%. Assuming that 100% is going to be invested in mutual fund, then 15% in equity oriented scheme and 85% in debt oriented scheme. Or I will say, for moderately conservative investor, defensive 70% and growth 30%, meaning 30% in equity oriented scheme and 70% in debt oriented scheme. Balanced risk profile. For this category of investor, asset allocation should be defensive 50% and growth 50%, meaning 50% in equity oriented schemes and 50% in debt oriented schemes. Growth investor, defensive 30% and growth 70%, meaning 70% in equity oriented schemes and 30% in debt oriented schemes. High growth investor, defensive 0 to 15% and growth 85 to 100%, meaning 85 to 100% can be invested in equity oriented schemes, wherein 0 to 15% can be invested in debt oriented schemes. So this two table which I have provided, you can take it somewhere, and then when you make any investment, see your risk appetite, see where you are falling, and then decide where you need to invest. So far we have seen some factor, but there are other factors also. You can use it here in this diagram. I have tried to provide you some more details. This you can use for understanding purpose only. Here at the top you see that financial risk profiling, it has one factor is age. This is a main factor, and there are other factors too. Under age also, this can be divided into earning members and the other age people. Earning member, when there are other earning members in the family, or you are only the earning member. Then also how it goes. Same for other factors. There are many things which actually affects the individual risk appetite. Though everything is fine in their family, though people are conservative investor, so there is a reason for that. Family values, social environment, individual aspirations, relationship status, media influence, laziness, psychological factor. There are many factors which decides risk profiling of an individual at the time when he or she is doing risk profiling. And since this factor gets changed, so it is important to perform at least once in a year. And if there is drastic change in risk profiling, then investment should also be rebalanced accordingly.